So unfortunately, this can't be an accurate reconstruction of what the Emperor Nero looked like because the statue that it's based on is a fake. Let me explain. So the Emperor Nero was declared an enemy of the state by the Senate in 69 AD. The army mutiny against him, and Nero unalived himself shortly afterwards. Statues of Nero were taken down, destroyed, or recarved into other people in a process known as damnatio memoriae, which literally means loss of memory in Latin. But some of his statues were recarved into statues of new emperors. Let's take this one for example. The face is very clearly the Emperor Vespasian, but those who know Vespasian know that he was bald. So the fact that this statue has this luscious hair that's clearly been chiseled down at the back seems to suggest that the statue was originally one of Nero. As a result of this damnatio memoriae, very few statues of Nero survived antiquity. But during the Renaissance, all of the leading aristocratic families in Rome became obsessed with collecting ancient sculptures, and they simply had to have a complete collection of the portraits of the Julio-Claudian emperors. The problem is, nobody could find a genuine portrait of the Emperor Nero. Now, there was one obvious solution to this. Simply find a talented sculptor, show him a portrait of Nero on a coin, and tell him to go for his life. And that's what a lot of them did, and we can see some examples here. But one 17th century sculptor managed to get incredibly creative. He somehow found a bust that had originally been the Emperor Nero, but was later recarved into a portrait of the Emperor Domitian. All he had to do was give Domitian a facelift and turn him back into Nero. And that's what he did. So some scholars have suggested that he basically just kept the eyes, cheeks, nose, and upper lip of Domitian, but he transformed the hairstyle into Nero's signature curls and his trademark neckbeard. This sculpture isn't likely to be super accurate because all the sculptor had access to were coins of Nero, which were incredibly tiny, and other forgeries. There are, however, some sculptures of Nero that experts have suggested may be genuine. There are several sculptures of children in the Julio-Claudian family that scholars suspect are Nero, but it's difficult to definitively prove. This incredibly rare example of a statue of Nero was unearthed in 1860, and most scholars believe that this may be one of the only genuine portraits available to us today. Some also think that this one has potential to be genuine, especially given its thicker neck, which was Nero's signature in some of his coin portraits. If you've enjoyed this video, follow Classics Girl for more.